the trading card market is going to change forever. And it's going to change for the better for buyers. It's going to change for the more complicated for sellers. It is going to change. It's going to be a massive change, and it's going to happen in September of 2026. And it's all going to be thanks to one product, one good that you can buy from one company. Get ready for it. It's the Roca Sifter. Not a sponsor. No sponsors. The Roca Sifter, as it advertises, turn piles of cards into profit faster, easier, smarter. Now, let's back up a second, because the Roca Sifter, the sales pitch, like it said, like I read, turn cards into profit faster, easier, smarter. Guess what everybody has? One of these. Everybody has a card collector box they got off of Amazon with a little label they've got on it that says Lands, Assassin's Creed, Edge of Eternities. And in that box, there are all kinds of goodies. But the thing is that most of those goodies cost less than $2. And they are not worth it to sell because it is such a pain to get them out, to sort through them, essentially to sift the wheat from the chaff, which is a biblical reference for you get the good stuff out of there. If you have, and so many people do, that's the thing, is it's not just sellers, it's players, it's collectors, it's everybody. Everybody has these piles of cards that there's probably something valuable in there, but you don't know. And it's not worth the effort to go and try and find out. Don't do this to me, Maisie. My dog's thinking about playing with its toys. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work if you want to go through your whole collection and pull out all the valuable cards. And the thing is, the valuable cards aren't that valuable, right? They're like $1, $2, maybe $5, maybe $10. And maybe there's a chance there's like a $50 card in there, but you wouldn't know, and it's not worth the effort of going through everything. Well, that's where the Roca Sifter comes in, because at the risk of me sounding like a total shill, the Roca Sifter, you're able to, it fits on your desk. It's this little box, and then you're able to just put a stack of cards in it, and then you can program it, and it has 3 bins, 3 places where it puts cards. And you can say, hey, all of the $+ cards, put it in the first bin. Everything else, put it somewhere else. And it will go through your stack of cards, and it will do that. And that's a game changer. Look at this speed, up to 1,800 cards per hour. Holds up to 400 cards. You can reload while it's sifting, so it can be just working through, and you just like keep putting cards on top, and it will just keep going. $800, which we can talk about the price in a minute, but yeah, let's just process this real quick. This has space for like what, 2,000 cards, or sorry, 1,000 cards. It can bust through this whole thing in less than an hour. It can basically bust through 2 of those in an hour. I've done a really good job keeping my collection at bay, like selling through stuff, getting rid of the stuff that I don't play with. Anyways, I've got 4 of these boxes. I'm going to be able to list hundreds of cards that are worth $1+ overnight that previously were just sitting here. And that's the unlock, that there's cards everywhere, everywhere that are just sitting there, that people are going to be able to use this machine to turn into listings on TCG Player, or I think you can make it work on other platforms. I don't know about that. And without very much effort. It's going to change everything. It's going to suddenly make bulk an interesting option for all kinds of sellers where it wasn't an interesting option before. It's going to make listing cards easier on TCG Player. It's just going to change so much. When you listen to people talk about like just for reference, because you might be thinking like, oh, well, it makes things, excuse me, geez. It makes things easier, but it's not like that's preventing sellers from listing stuff anyway. Like, sellers are trying to make their living, and so they're willing to put in the effort to sift through the cards, to pull them out and sell them and make money. So this actually isn't going to make that big of a difference. Yeah, that's interesting. That could be true, except you would be so surprised. And I was surprised too, just to bring home the point that sellers are lazy, myself included. There are, like, I've heard Kitchen Table TCG and Anon talk about this, that because the Strixhaven commander deck set has 5 decks instead of 4, that flippers aren't buying them because it has 20% more work with that 5th commander deck. That there's all of these resellers out there that normally would buy commander deck sets to break them down, but because it's so much extra work, they're not willing to do it. That's just a glimpse into the reality, which are Magic resellers, which it's like, if it's a little bit too much work, it's just not going to happen, because the thing is that selling cards is a lot of work and it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time. And so every little bit matters. And that's the thing. Like, if you get good at selling cards, what you realize is that the little things matter so much. If you can save a tiny bit of time by, printing off your labels with a stamp in the corner already there, sometimes it's worth that extra, stamps.com subscription or whatever you're doing. We spend a lot of money to make our lives a little bit easier. Going back to the Roca Sifter, this thing's $800, and the question is $800 a lot of money? And the answer to that question is yes. Yes, it is. Full stop. $800 is a lot of money. Is it worth it? Yes, it is. Full stop. I mean, like I said, I'm going to get $800 of value out of my 4 boxes that I've got sitting under my desk. Maybe not, but it's going to be quite a bit of value. And then where it really comes into play, I've been opening cases of Modern Horizons 3. They have positive expected value. There's been kind of a run up, I think, in price. In fact, let's do the live check. Put your guesses in the comments section. Do you think that Flipside Gaming is still selling Modern Horizons 3 cases for $210 a box? Modern Horizons 3 case. Let's find out. No, they're no longer available. Crazy. Yeah, so the price is running up, but I did order a case. It's in the mail. It should arrive here in the next few days. And going through opening packs is fun. But sifting through all the cards, especially to catch the 25-cent commons or 50-cent uncommons or whatever you need, it can be a pain. The Roca Sifter, for it to be able to just sit on your desk and you open up a pack and you just put the cards in, and you open up a pack and you put the cards in, and you can just keep doing that, and it will go through and it will pull out the valuable ones for you and scan them. Incredible. Just absolutely incredible. So is it going to be worth it? Yes. Rob with RNG Gaming talked about this. He talked about how it would be worth it for him to buy one for every table in his workshop because of how efficient they will be and how productive they will make his time. It's going to change so much. And so back to the point at the beginning of the video, what's going to change? Well, there's going to be people like me that have a bunch of inventory, a bunch of cards that previously were not willing to go through the effort to list them and sell them, that all of a sudden will be willing to go through the effort to list them and sell them because we got a dinky robot that's going to put in most of the heavy lifting. And that's going to add a ton of supply to the market. There's going to be a lot more individual single cards ready to be sold than there have ever been before. What's that going to do? It's going to lower prices. It's going to lower prices for Magic singles and Pokemon and other games too, but we don't care about those. It's going to lower the price for Magic singles, and it's going to be just really interesting to see what happens after that. There's going to be a lot of sellers that need to sell and that love selling, that do as a hobby or as like a full-time job or whatever. And so there might be some kind of racing to the bottom. But just the reality is that as more supply comes to market, unless there's just a big increase in demand before September, and I think September is kind of a low point of the year anyway, when it comes to like Magic sales and stuff, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. I expect prices to go down. I expect quantities of cards to go up. I expect especially the common, uncommon, the bulk type cards, the cards that are sitting around in piles that are valuable, but people just haven't pulled them out to sell them and list them yet. Those cards are going to get listed. They're going to get sold. And so get ready. Get ready. If you're a buyer and you can wait till September to go crazy, might be a good time. Although I think at the end of this month, there's a TCG player sale. Let me validate that. TCG player bonus bucks sale. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Anyways, It's good times, though. Good times. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, you really ought to. My name's Nick. I run this channel. I run this company, Capital Catalyst. We're all about figuring out how to make money with Magic the Gathering cards. And so it's a good time. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.